Hey, how you doing? Drew here. Welcome to Abandoned Maine and welcome to Washington County. I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere here along the Machias River, which is kind of out in the back of here. Alright, so for today's video, we're going to be at a place called Kerwin Brook, which is the site of a Conservation Corps camp from the 1930s when they moved here to basically do construction on roads and mostly firefighting because of the global drought situation that existed at that time. So, alright, so what existed here is the 160th Company. Moved here in October 1939, and they moved from Stowe, where they had been doing, mostly just the clearing the White Mountains because of storm damage, fallen trees, right? Yeah, they were doing that, and before that we're up in Greenville. Alright, so, so they moved from Stowe to Wesley to establish the Kerwin Brook Camp. During the months from July to August, the cadre erected 4 barracks, kitchen, mess hall, officers and foremen's quarters, washrooms and toilets, a classroom building, the headquarters building, forestry headquarters, a garage, and a workshop. Dug a well, constructed a 40-foot high water tower, installed water lines from one end of the camp to the other, and lighting was provided by a gasoline-powered generator. From their newspaper, Forest Echo, I'll put some scans of their newspaper here. So, according to the Army officer in charge, Lieutenant Charles Graham was the junior officer. He says, in regards to physical training, every man should pride himself on his physical development. You should be conscious of the fact that he has reserve energy and physical stamina. An individual who has a well-developed, strong body is enabled to face any situation with courage and confidence. Through physical training, we will develop mental alertness as well as skill and strength. Exercise, wisely used and adjusted, will make a tremendous difference in each one of us. Physical training is an important part of our daily activities. And the camp's educational advisor, who is one of the, what they called LEMs, local experienced men, right, who are part of all the camps to basically train the young guys. Basically just, if you wanted to learn how to cut stone, you had, like I said, stonemasons, you had carpenters, all sorts of people to basically train the guys about, practical skills and how to do it safely, right? Yeah, that was a big part of the CCC education, right? Literacy, skills, mechanical engineering, how to tear apart an engine and rebuild it. All sorts of things like that. Yeah, so according to Thomas Sherman in the paper, this is one of the major purposes of the CCC is to prepare you boys for work and outside jobs. Many of you have tried to find jobs without success. Maybe there was no work at all, or maybe you were not experienced or trained in the jobs that could be had. Those of you that have met the situation should be glad to have the chance to get training and experience here in the CCC. Yep, that was a big part. Yeah, they weren't training or out building stuff. Yeah, they were in classrooms and learning all sorts of things. Definitely prepared them for World War II, because that's where a lot of them moved on to because, of the war. Yep. And there's some advice here from the camp surgeon. Said if you want to be the camp... if you want to be the camp glamour boy, it says jump off the back of a truck before the ladder is put in place. That's a sure way to break your leg. Run around with no hat on, especially if you've been used to wearing one. That's a swell way of getting a nice cold, which will probably lead to pneumonia. cough in somebody's face. That's how you can start an epidemic. You know, don't tell your foreman when you get scratched in the field. Keep it a dark secret until you get a severe infection. Then you can spend a few weeks in the hospital and maybe lose your life. It can be done, you betcha. Go ice skating without telling anyone. If you're lucky enough, you can go through thin ice and drown and no one know what became of you. Don't lace up your boots. Leave them long so you can trip over them and show off your acrobatic somersaults. And also break your neck. Alright, so there, yeah, camp surgeon, you know, a bit sarcastic, so. Okay, cool. Let's go and see what remains of the camp. Alright, so, let's go. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on. Alright. Interesting, huh? It's almost park-like. Oh, okay. Okay, so as you come along the road, this is basically the view you would see as you would like to drive along the driveway up this little hill here. See? Looks like the camp trash pit. See you. Yeah, some old tires. Oh well. Yeah, this is definitely where things were discarded. It's a wood stove. Yeah. Yep, it's definitely the each barracks had wood stoves to keep them up. And welcome to Kerwinbrook CCC Camp. Yeah. At this point, according to the way the LiDAR kind of shows the layout of the camp, you would have been confronted by a row of 1, 3, 4, 5 of these long vertical barrackses. Oh, well, yep, okay. There it is. Something right here. Oh, yep. One right there. One right here. Huh. Huh. Well, interesting. All right, so this is the west end of the camp, and I'm seeing, huh. Well, you're seeing this for the first time, just like me, so welcome along for the ride. Huh. Well, brought my metal detector, so anything I find out here, turn into the Wesley Historical Society. Go along with their nice picture of the camp. Huh. Okay, so those pictures showed is it concrete foundations and these square set forms, so let me go find those. I'll be right back. Okay, there you go, some metal pieces. Huh, and there's another berm right over there. Oh, there's something right there. Well, yes, this is definitely the campsite, that's for sure. All right. All right, be back if I find something. Okay, so those long rows that I suppose were in between the barracks. All right. Looks like a cellar hole. One of the smaller buildings, it looks like. Alright, looks like something right there. Alright, it looks like a, yep, right there. It's a concrete form. Oh, look at that. What the heck is that? Let me see if I can. Huh, look at that. Well. Okay. Well, this is definitely one of the buildings right here. Some junk down at the bottom. This is the cellar hole. Oh, this is modern junk. Some asshole. That's all this is, but yeah, this is definitely you walk-in people. Okay. Yep. Definitely one of the admin buildings. But man. Yep. They had to dig this out by hand. Why would they need something that deep? And that was like their root cellar for, you know, for the supplies, the perishables. That's seriously deep, but yeah, that's probably the reason. They probably needed a root cellar to keep supplies. Yeah. Probably their borrow pit. Alright, so I'm gonna go look at that later. Let's keep looking. Okay, wherever that concrete pad was, we have another cellar hole to the side. Again, pretty deep. And of course, this is all dug by hand. It's about 8 feet down. Yeah. Let's go find some more. Okay. Well, it looks like I have something here. So I suppose this was their trash incinerator. That's right. This is the only way to dispose of trash when you're way the hell out in the middle of nowhere, is burn it. Although the sides don't look burnt, but just with the amount of trash here, that's what I'm gonna assume. This is the incinerator. Okay. Not sure what this was, but it's out on the west end of the camp, or outer western edge of the camp. So Don't know what it is, but could be the well. And again, out on the west edge of the camp. No idea, because the other camp is right over there. So this is on the west end. No idea.